We are not necessarily taking the case of one party or the other, but we've always felt that there was, international relations is conducted on the basis of some fundamental realism, and that realism requires an engagement with Russia. And the idea that a solution would come about, because if you remember, there was a period when countries were gathering and everybody was there except Russia, and they were discussing Russia. So the idea that you will get a solution out of Russia without inviting Russia challenged, the basics of realism. So we have felt always that there is a need to engage Russia. I mean, nobody wants wars. These are particularly in a very interdependent world. These are mutual. I mean, these are lose-lose situations. But I think for us to engage Russia, and if there is any way we can be of any help, we have always been very open about it. Having said that, we have also been very careful not to prescribe a solution. We have not told one or the other party do this or do that, and that's important to remember, because that's a courtesy which apparently is not always granted to us. So we get advice on what we should be doing. So the point I am making is, yes, it is going to be a challenge from an Arctic Council perspective. That, I mean, if you look at your own past presidencies, I think there was a 2-year Russian presidency in 22, 23, or no. I forget the year, fairly recent. No. So if you have situations where everything is gridlocked, and then say, well, how do we get a global governance answer? The answer is you're not going to get it. And that is what, I mean, it's not just the Arctic Council, it happened in the Security Council as well. So I think it's important to get global governance back to work. It is important. We may disagree. I mean, we disagree with some countries, but because you disagree doesn't mean that, that there is a total breakdown in that sense. And your answer, Samir, is yes, when the Quad meets, which it is expected to do later this year, I mean, the Quad is essentially focused around Indo-Pacific, but the Indo-Pacific is a very interesting region because it points in different directions. So I'm sure, and again, just like I'm an advocate of Russia realism, I'm